my mood match the weather. I can't make the weather do what I want. So I resign myself to pride, that big old sun out of the sky. And I will live my days in darkness till I die. I tried to be good, I was a failure. So I took to taking all the good men down. It wasn't hard to do, I just huffed and puffed and blew until all the two sheep scattered on the ground. You could be right, there might come for me at night. An angry mob with torches bright outside my door. For all my spite, I might never win the fight, but I will rage against the light forevermore.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Westerado. Joining me this time will be Deputy Cursor, our ever-faithful sidekick. Say yeehaw, Deputy. Yeehaw! Alright, that's a stupid joke and that's the last we're gonna hear of it. So, now to the meat of things. This time we are playing as Sis. And actually, I am very glad that everybody voted for her to go the tycoon route, because this works out perfectly. As I mentioned, you have to skip the introductory sequence unless you are the hero. And there is a little bit of a different prologue for everybody. Sis comes back and doesn't really even know what's going on. And our first clue is just a hat with an edged brim. And, but, you know, it quickly becomes the same story where she wants to find a vengeance, etc., etc., etc. So we have a much more limited number of things that we're going to be doing this time, which is nice because as bro, we kind of went everywhere and did everything. Not that there's any particular problem with that, but it got to be a lot of videos. It was like an hour and a half to 2 hours of gameplay. And so again, we voted to go the tycoon route, and I've got a little extra thing planned for that, which we'll get to. So here's Sis. She is my favorite sprite. I just love her little spindly legs. She kind of just wanders around like that. As she starts off with a pistol, and with a shotgun, which is great fun. It's got 2 shots, and you reload both of them at once. Takes a little while to reload, and it's short range, but we will be making some use out of it. So there's kind of a general strategy, what I'm going to be doing with her in a basic order, although things can sort of go out of order. Notice that they do give you different pronouns, which is nice. Again, they don't really count if you're being whatever recruiting or not. It will conscript you immediately. So I've even got a bit of a story that in my mind for the way that this works. And my idea is, Sis came back, find her family slaughtered, and doesn't know who did it. Uncle doesn't know. Nobody really knows. And my idea is, she's kind of, at this point, just looking to see what order there is in the region, see who's keeping the peace, who's responsible for all this stuff. And so far has basically only found that the army is more or less helpless. I mean, think about it. If you wander into an army camp and you're immediately conscripted for some vital supply line types of things, that's not typically a good sign. So, in my view, she's lost faith in the army at this point, and is even maybe a little bit upset at them. Now, I haven't shown this one off before, but if you don't go and talk to this lady immediately, and instead enter the sheriff's office, she gives you a nice little dialogue here. She's mad. Obviously, she's sort of at her breaking point. Yeah, that's probably you too, Sheriff. Well, I agree. Sorry, concerned wife. And this goes just like before. Except, before telling us about Rancher Cobb, like us to go help the woman, and that goes pretty much just like before. She says, "Will you get my husband?" We go, "Yep." And, come along, sir. You'll just follow us this way. There are a few things that I want to be doing in town first. Now, if she doesn't give us a clue first before I do some of the later stuff in this playthrough, you'll see when we get there. And there we go. Shadow's a lot longer than ours. Soiled gray is his medium-wide hat. Soiled gray? Whatever. Anyway, Rancher Bob's having trouble, and we're going to go see him. So, just like we got disillusioned with the military a little bit, I like to think at this point we're also fairly disillusioned with the sheriff of the town. And Banker has a job, of course. He wants someone to protect a carriage. And yes, I am totally in. So that's 2 things to do with Santa Ana so far. And I think that's good for me for now. So what say we go have a talk with Rancher Bob? Now, as part of my little narrative here, we kind of go up, see that Rancher Bob has had some farm troubles, conclude that it's probably the same arsonist and murderer, and further, that apparently Rancher Bob Johnston is unable to provide any kind of safety and security. So, leaving him be, we follow a rumor that we've heard in town. The tycoon is a man who can get things done. That sounds like the kind of go-getter we're going to want on our side. Also, he leaves bags of money just lying around, so that's probably a good sign. And let's go see what he's got to say. If you remember this is supposed to be sort of your tutorial for dealing with him. She draws his gun. Something spooky is going on, and the mayor might find out of Santa Ana and be mad. Alright, so whatever's going on, he wants her to get as much as he can out of the land. And I want a job. And there we go. Robert Johnston, I'll be darned. Well, what are we gonna do? $150? That's not enough. Yeah, that's something I didn't actually know until this playthrough. You can get a lot of money out of him if you aren't afraid to forcefully negotiate, shall we say. So this is funny. We are on the other side of the coin before. We have always worked with Rancher Bob in order to protect his cattle. Although now, we are apparently working at cross purposes and going to go talk to the beefhead bulls, buffalo beefheads, I like to call them. I am not, sir. Tycoon sent me. And at this point, this is when you can go get the sheriff to actually help you with this run. I forgot about that one before. I'm probably going to show that off because it's such a neat little conversation you can have with the sheriff wherein you exhort him to remember his previous drive and zest for the law. Anyway, we can prove it to them, and we have to remember Robert Johnston, that name, but my favorite is to just insist again that the tycoon sent me, because we certainly wouldn't dare lie twice. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Oh. It will in fact ruin him, Mr. Beefhead Bull, but whatever. Bug juice, I'm assuming to be kind of juice they give you at summer camp, just a syrupy punch. Alright, let's do it. A lesson about dying. Well said. And this is where he'd normally be talking to us. But this time... That's right, the sun is going to progress across the sky. This is a place where that shotgun is great. Because, man, did you see that? That was 2 blasts and the whole herd was gone. Obviously, the pistol takes quite a bit longer. Yeah, we'll be a bandit. That's a good life, a beefhead bull. Sure enough. And here we go. Lion Barry seems like he's gonna have a rough time of it. True enough. Ugh. Yes, it's 2 screens up. It's probably like 500 feet away. Alright. So I guess we're officially a beefhead bull at this point. Fair enough. Come along, boys. So this is the first time I've been aligned with the less than angelic, so to speak. I've got 4 of these guys along for the ride. They can die, that's fine if they go by Coyote. I'm gonna get out a pistol for this. And Bob comes down to talk to us, but, oh hey, they did the work right for me. Miss Tress takes off, of course. We're not gonna be having too much to do with her in this particular run-through. Anyway, it was most excellent. So, thanks, Horrible Howie. I love all of their names. Dead as a swing door, because he's swinging? Like they hung him? Yeah, well, I've already asked you guys. Huh. Is he? His blood's the same color as his light gray jacket? Alright, bad hombres. I can dig it, alright. So there we go. That's the first quest wrapped up pretty neatly. And hopefully, the tycoon will have our reward money for us. It's always nice to have some of that. Never know what we might be purchasing later on in the playthrough. I guess that's bug juice he's got there. Yep. So we are officially out of the rancher quest now because their leader, Bob Johnston, is in fact dead. Yep. Probably is true. We've been through this before. He's a nobody and a ghost. I like that. Alright. He's just light gray all over this time, isn't he? Sure, sounds great. And we've done this one before, getting the banker the map there. $300. You got it, my man. Okay. So now, we could just go and demand the map outright from the banker, but I find that it's a better proposition, both money-wise and otherwise, clue-wise, I guess. You do his delivery. I'm going to be kind of skipping through dialogue that we've seen a lot of before. So, this is a beefhead bull, and presumably they don't recognize me. Or I guess everybody that would is going to be dead, so that's nice. The pistol is better for these long-range missions here. It's just not worth it trying to get up close. These guys can outflank you, make it to the carriage, end up walking away with some packages. Just a bad proposition all around. Plus, this isn't that hard to get them all. One more ought to do it. There we go. We can get away with killing the beefhead bulls, and again, they don't mind me doing this, so... Well, thank you much, driver. White shirt and tie, huh? We're narrowing down on them already, for sure. And banker's, of course, happy with us. Yeah. Well, there we go. And there's a job. He's got a map. Well, I think I'll be willing. And there we go. See, just by combining tasks, we can make things a little bit easier on ourselves. Ooh, and I forgot about these guys. There's something final about using the shotgun. In a way that some of the other weapons just are not. If you're down to just a bowl a guy, I don't think he can actually kill you in any sense. I just think all he can do is imprison you and then run around a little bit. So, if you can kill him last, that ends up you're pretty safe at that point. I sure did. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we know it's probably some good land or something like that. The drill, huh? There we go, we know he's skinny now. Well, I'm up for some more negotiations. 3 ranchers, Richard, Cobb, and Bell. Got it. Fair enough, buddy. Alright, let's take off. So, at this point, we could just wander up to all those guys, blast them in the face, and get them right off their property. But I don't really like doing that. Even though we're working for the tycoon, I like to be as nice as I can. Which isn't to say I'm always going to be a shrinking flower or anything. I mean, obviously we've blasted Bob Johnston right in the face. There's not really a way around that. He is simply too determined to be intimidated or forced off of his land, so that's the best we can do there. However, there is an alternative way of getting some of those ranchers to take off. And if you'll recall, this lady basically wants me to get the head bulls out. I don't think, even though I'm their friend, I don't think they'll leave if I ask them to. I think they are, need some kind of motivation to do so. And I'm feeling like I want another clue. So that all kind of dovetails together fairly nicely. I didn't know about this little trick you could do until just recently either. And now that we're not going for pacifist brother, I'm not going to be killing every bandit because it gets tedious, but taking out ones that I'm going to be wandering around their area frequently, it's just good business. Alright, here we are at the old Indian outpost. You know, we are really not too keen on the army. And again, he wants us to free 3 passels of buffalo, 3, whatever you want to say, 3 pens worth of buffalo. Now, one of them are already gone because we already killed all of Johnston's. Sorry, Widow, we're not going to be helping you too much this time. Again, I could take out all these guys, but there's not really a whole lot of incentive for me to. They're just kind of around. If somebody gets particularly annoying, then we'll have to deal with them, of course. Just a mite too low there. If I can get a hat back. One of the things about Sis... darn it. One of the things about Sis is that any hat she puts on immediately becomes a ribbon again. Oh well, I can go get our hat from town again. And here's this ghost. Yeah, I know how that goes, Ghosty. Well, lost his trusty pickaxe. We know how this is. And sure, let's go. So again, I haven't been feeding the poor beefhead bulls, the buffalo beefheads, that well. I've shot up a whole bunch of them, and now I'm supposed to get them dislodged from their hideout. Just something kind of funny about using that old shotgun, I think. Anyway, I haven't shown this off yet, so if you get the ghost, run up to their hideout. A ghost! Yeah, they could be a little bit more courageous, those beefhead bulls. If you ever go above ground, incidentally, with the ghost, then he vanishes. Ghost's not much liking the idea of the open sunshine. Kind of a creature of the night thing, I guess. It's a little dicey trying to find where you're going without the helmet, but Yep, disappearing into the light. He's got a cool hat, though, so that's nice. And now the tracks are completely cleared, which will net us another clue, and more importantly, will net us next quest in this line. And that is more what we're really wanting. Well, here we go. And they've taken off. And now she needs us to get 3 folks. So, let's go and start dealing with ranchers. First off, we've got Rancher Richard down here. And if you'll recall, we want his buffalo, and we'll be happy to buy him. And here's the 1,000. Go ahead and open up his pen and drive them all on out then. This is the easiest one. All you need is the money. If we really needed some more money, like if we had died in the meantime, there is a nice little backup trick that I had, which I'll talk about in a second. Okay, now go ahead and help fix the train tracks. Train master will be down there. There we go. The backup trick is if we do the delivery of hats from Miss Hat in Santa Ana, there's actually a step sort of in the in-between where you're the courier of $1,500, and so even if I have no money at all, I can always get enough to pay him off by doing that quest and then just not turning in the $1,500. Now, with Rancher Cobb here, I'm gonna try a trick by not telling him to let the buffalo go, but just telling him to go fix the tracks. And if you remember, he wants to have a gunfight before he agrees to it. I was hoping to get a hat out of that. And this is the reason that I'm not having the gunfight with him to let his buffalo go. The reason is, if you have the gunfight with him, and then you drive his buffalo out, and then you have him go fix the tracks, when that's done, he comes back here and just sits by his empty buffalo pen, and I'm kind of honestly hoping to get out of this whole thing without having to kill him. And so I'm hoping that the same trick that works for the rancher in town is also going to work for him, which is that if you drive his buffalo away while he's gone, he just leaves in a fit of pique and decides that that's it for the Wild West for him. Now, if you remember, right, we're right smack in the middle here of the banker's clerk being killed. But he's happy about the whole map thing, so he gives us a lot of dang money. I think we're at, like, all the clues now. Yeah, all we need to know is his belt and his pants, so I don't really care about that. Help. Alright, he will help fix the tracks, which is nice. So nobody's over here, so they don't notice me Nana driving away. Pull the buffalo up here. So, there we go. And with that, we have both ruined the ranchers, which moves them off of their land for the tycoon, and we have completed the Buffalo Freedom Quest for the Indians. Presumably. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. It didn't update. It didn't show the little picture that updated, and I worried one of them clipped through the walls, and that was all that we'd ever see out of it. So let's go see what the deal is going to be with Rancher Cobb the Gunfighter. If I'm lucky, the fact that I drove it off without gunfighting him for it will convince him to leave. And honestly, he didn't want any money or anything anyway. He just wanted me to win a gunfight with him. There we go. So she's going to go back and get the train coming. Meanwhile, I am going to go see about Cobb. I know that I've got the guy in town away. Actually, forget which one that is, unfortunately. The one with the colloquialisms? Yes! Cobb is gone, and as you can see, we have installed an oil rig right in its place. What's this lady say? That's right. Okay, oil rig manager. That's a weird thing to say, but fine. So, again, if I hadn't done that, and if I'd gone the other path, I would have had to have just shot him to death. Not even a gunfight, just blown him right away. So I'm glad I got out of that without killing. Hey, Rancher Richard. Well, I can threaten him, or I can be like, here's some money, I know he cares about that. And because we bought his buffalo before, and he wants 300, absolutely, man. Yeah, you're sure enough. They absolutely would. In fact, I'm probably authorized to kill you. In fact, I certainly am. If you want to do this quest without any funny business whatsoever, you pretty much just show up and blow everybody away. Guy in town's obviously a little bit trickier to do that with, but if we go to the station, we can see all of the ranchers are leaving now. You were just gonna give the things away anyway. True enough, Belle. That was Belle in town, I guess that's it. And Rancher Rich is now rich. Yes, there are. What's your wife have to say? Fair enough. Good luck to all of you. Since we're here, if you remember, it turns out the clerk is holding up the train, so we might as well just blow through this dialogue tree. You just keep mashing talk, and the first option ends up doing it for you. And there we go. Colorful slacks. Oh, there we go. Apparently our brother's coming to town now. And we're still just needing a few more clues, as far as that goes. So, let's see what we can do. Now that we've got everybody out of the way, let's go to Rancher Bob's and see what that place looks like. Look at that. They didn't even bother to move his body. They just set up the oil rig and started pumping right away. Well, that's me. How you doing? Well, alright. Now is not a time for judgment. Let's head back to Clintonville and see the last of our rigs that we put up here. I guess we didn't see riches, but it's much the same. I like how the scenery changes if you start picking these different routes. Yeah, the dirty work. Oh, no problem. And all that without killing only one of the four of them. Pretty good, right? Alright, back to the tycoons. We are nearing the end of his quest line, believe it or not. Oh. Did we already do the map? Yeah, we did the map already. I don't know what I was thinking. For some reason I thought I was going to get ambushed there. But we've already been through that. As you can imagine, if you side with the ranchers, eventually you'll be having to deal with all of these guys. And that is a fun brawl to be sure. Yep. Sure enough. They did. They're all taking the train out of town. Okay, Tycoon. You're kind of a weird guy. Yep. Okay, one last place. Okay. Oh, he wants me to take care of the Indians, huh? Well, I'm already halfway down their quest line. $300? Forget that. I sure do. Clean 500. Let's go get 'em.